right, everyone, welcome to week 3 of the warm-up series as part of Task With Me on the Task With Me channel. I'm very excited to say that we have made it to week 3, and I hope that we have some people that have followed me since the beginning of this journey into the start of week 3. It's very exciting for me. It seems like a short amount of time, and it really is, but the fact that I've stuck with it makes me happy. And I hope that some of you all have also stuck with it. And if not for walking, maybe jogging, running, or just listening in and enjoying the content that you hear. So I have a couple of fun things to talk about this time around on this first day of the 3rd week. Some of the things I did on the weekend, some things to look forward to, so on and so forth. So let's get right into it. If this is your first time joining, this is the warm-up series. And I say warm-up series because as part of this channel, Task With Me, we are currently following a guide to eventually being able to do a 5K and more. One of those things requires us to start walking to build up that mobility, that strength in our knees and our joints, so on and so forth. I definitely need it. I want to build up that good foundation so when I start running, everything is good. So this week, when we first started on first 2 weeks, we were starting off at 15 minutes for those first walks. We were going up to 25 minutes on the first week, then on the second week 28 minutes. For this week, we again have 4 scheduled walks on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I believe the days stay the same for the remainder of the weeks up until week 8. And today we're starting with 20 minutes, and tomorrow we'll be going to 30 minutes, followed by another 30 minutes on Thursday, and finally 40 minutes on Saturday. We're increasing the time. If you all remember from one of the videos I posted last week about the fit formula, again, that third pillar, time, is what we're increasing, getting to achieve our fitness goals. So I'm very excited for that. Hopefully I have some amount of people here that are joining in either for the first time or existing taskers, as I like to call it, sort of a nickname I came up with. And yeah, today what I'm doing is I'm also sort of increasing the intensity here. I'm walking a little bit faster. I want to start walking a little more briskly. I think it helps actually with my talking, and it'll really help build up that cardio that I'm looking for. So that's something that I'm starting to focus on now a little bit. Because I have the GoPro, it makes it very easy for me to talk and do that at the same time. Previously, I needed to hold my iPhone, as you may have all seen from week 1. So again, this is week 3 of the warm-up series. We're doing this for 7 weeks before we start getting into a jogging and walking routine. Today is 20 minutes, so join in, listen in, and if you like what you hear, and if you're an existing viewer and listener, remember to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell. It helps me a lot, and it actually encourages me to continue making these videos and achieving my own fitness goals. Okay, so the big story of the weekend for me actually is the Xbox Series X. Do I have it? No, I don't have it. It's still sold out. But if you're listening on today, Monday, December 14th, Best Buy has said that tomorrow, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern time, you will be getting a new shipment of next-gen consoles, or actually current-gen. They're not next-gen anymore because they're already out. It's the current-gen. I'm going to try my hardest to get one of those. Now, I don't know if it means that I also have to reserve it, rather wait for it to pick it up. Like, can I pick it up, or is it going to be sent to me online? You know, shipment? I'm not really sure. I would be ecstatic if, I think it means that I order it online and then I pick it up at the store. I would be ecstatic if that were the case. That would be phenomenal. So let's see what happens tomorrow. I'm gonna keep you all updated. And the reason why, funny how things change, right? Earlier on in these videos, I was saying how I did not want the Xbox Series X, only because I didn't have the sort of entertainment system to justify it. I didn't have the nice TV with HDMI 2.1, the 120 hertz refresh rate. I didn't have any of these things, so sort of opted out. Now that I got my hands on CyberPunk 2077, which, by the way, they have been actually working on it, and the hot fixes have made the game a lot better doesn't crash as much as it used to. Now that I have that game, I really want to get the new Xbox so I can play on the Xbox and experience it the way that it should be played. My brother already has a Series X, as you've all heard before, and you know, it's what they have now is sort of a way to make it run better. I think it's locked at 60 frames per second. That's already a big improvement, but it's not the actual next-gen upgrade that will be coming out at some undisclosed date to be determined for the upcoming year. But it does run better, so I really want to get it. And I have an Xbox One S, came out in 2013, and I also still have my Xbox 360 Elite. My plan is to sell both of them so that I essentially can get the Series X for a really cheap price. Not for free, but with the money I make from that, maybe pay like $150. So it sort of helps me rationalize it a little bit better financially. So that's that. CyberPunk, a lot of CyberPunk this weekend. It's a phenomenal game if you are playing it. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but I'm taking my time with it. I don't want to rush it. It's already hard enough to cram in any sort of time with the different jobs that I've been doing. But on the weekends, and my girlfriend definitely understands because we've been waiting. Yeah, actually we have been waiting for this game for so long. She knows that I'm going to be playing, and you know, I'm very excited to do so. It is a big game. Frankly, if you all are familiar with CD Projekt Red, I never dug my hands too deep into The Witcher 3. Actually, I don't think I ever even played it, like, period. But I know that a lot of people complained about it because it was too big of a game. And I remember CD Projekt Red saying they wanted to make this one a little bit smaller, which is fine. I'm okay with that. The game seems expansive, and if the DLC is anything like Witcher 3 DLC, there's going to be a lot of content to be played. So no shortage of fun, challenging objectives to complete, both as part of the main quest line and any side objectives. So I think that's really fun, and hopefully something to keep me busy. It's always good. Man, something I miss so much. When I was younger, I had a higher tendency to really just get sucked into a game, and again, I think it's really just because of time. Now that I'm older, maybe I'm just not as interested. It's like my brother tells me, you know, I pick out maybe a game or two a year, and that's really all I focus on. My brother tends to have more of a backlog. He keeps up with the trends more, so he really knows. I tend to just stick with one, so CyberPunk will be my main squeeze for the upcoming months and weeks. So it feels so good, like on a Saturday or Sunday, to just like sink your time into a game. And I'll tell my girlfriend, hey, I'm gonna play this a lot, so just letting you know, I might not give you all the attention you need today, but you know, we have a sofa, so you know, I always encourage her, hey, like, you know, come sit next to me, and at least we're still physically close to each other, and you know, we'll talk, but I'm really focused on the game. But I'm so happy to be able to play that. So that is really cool. It's really relaxing. And the best thing is I have PTO coming up in a week. So with that PTO, rest assured, I will be playing a ton of CyberPunk, and hopefully I'll be able to, you know, let you guys know how I feel about it as we continue moving forward. I'm really excited just to dig my hands into it. Something else that happened this week, and is currently happening and will be happening for the next couple months, is I want to talk a little bit about the web development job that I have currently as a tutor. That has been so satisfying, and I know I spoke about it a little bit before, but I've already learned so much from the different challenges that my students have sort of, I don't want to say forced me into, but you know, they always say the best way to learn is to teach, and it's true. Previously, when I did tutoring, I was only tutoring a single person at a time, maybe once or twice a week. But now that it's a little more intense, so I've had to think, I've just had to think differently. My mental model has changed because different students require different needs, and the different questions they've asked have helped me sort of grow as a tutor and as a developer. So again, I think it's really cool that even when you're teaching things that might seem simple, because of the way a student asks the question, you have to change your frame of mind to be able to answer it. So because of that, I'm grateful, and I feel myself growing. I hope that I'm providing the same feeling to my students. I really do love the group that I'm teaching. I think they're super active. I can tell that they want to learn, they're driven. So yeah, very excited to see how, you know, in 10 months from now, I know some people that have completed this program and already have jobs. So how many of the students that I'm teaching today will have a job when they graduate? That's going to be a very, very exciting moment for me as a tutor. I've never really experienced something like that. And imagine at the end of 10 months, you sort of know these people pretty well. They're not just your students. I mean, they might become lifelong friends. So I think that's super cool. It's a cool opportunity for me. It's something that I just said, hey, you know what? Let's make it happen. We're here. This year's already, you know, as different as any other year. So let's also do some different things. And life is short, so why not just experiment and sort of, you gotta be uncomfortable to get comfortable, you know? So that's cool. I've had a lot of fun with that. Another thing I want to talk about is my dog. So Sawyer is doing well. He is continually being trained by Paola, and she again is doing so phenomenal. The thing that we're trying to teach Sawyer right now, well, not we, she is trying to teach Sawyer right now, is how to heel. So he likes pulling, he sort of likes leading, but he's gotten better at sticking next to us, which is so important when you're walking a 75-pound dog. I mean, you can't walk with a 75-pound dog and then pulling you. It's going to make you hate walking your dog, and that's not how I want to feel, and that's not how I should feel anyway. You know, like, for the amount of time and effort we've put into that dog, might as well have an enjoyable walk. So that's one thing we're teaching him. Something else is totally random, but you know, we gave him a shower. Normally we give him a shower in the beginning of every month. This time kind of waited to the middle, but man, he was dirty. We were in the shower and we were just, you know, wetting him with this tool that we have that we connect to the shower head, and you just saw the dirt coming off of him. And the crazy thing is, he doesn't really look it. You know, when you look at his coat before a shower, he's, you know, he's white. But then, man, when you put that water there, you can really see the gray just coming out. And you're thinking to yourself, oh man, like, imagine you didn't take a shower for a month and a half. Like, imagine how you'd smell. Now, I feel like dogs are different in the sense that they don't smell like humans would. But man, it must feel like and this has happened with every dog I give a shower to after some time, they get so excited. It's like they start doing the zoomies, and he was definitely doing the zoomies. He was so excited. He was running and jumping on me, and I don't really like it when he jumps on me, but yeah, you know, he got a shower, so he's happy. He's just expressing happiness. Like, why am I gonna take that away from him? So that's been really cool. We gave him a shower. We're still training him. We're thinking about maybe traveling during the winter. You know, the issue of boarding always comes up, and we have a couple of good boarding areas that we've been to, and kind of thinking about what we do. But he was also diagnosed with kennel cough, which frankly I'm not really sure if he had it, but they advised that we don't go anywhere with him for about a month. They gave him a shot at the vet, and he literally after that stopped coughing. Like, he was coughing for 2 days. He went and got a shot, and then he stopped, and he has not coughed since. So unless the medication's that good and it's sort of just a preventative measure to make sure he doesn't get worse, then I don't know if he has it. But I also don't want other dogs to get it, so that's important that we keep him at bay. So we'll see about that coming up during the winter, if we're gonna do anything. Nothing planned as of yet, as I'm sure it is for a lot of folks, you know, with coronavirus and whatnot. Just gotta stay tuned with that. But either way, like I mentioned earlier, even if not for an official trip, I have PTO starting on Friday. Who doesn't love PTO? I mean, who doesn't love getting a check when they're just sitting by the pool somewhere? Who has been there before? I have, and it's just one of those small joys in life, you know, getting a check while having a margarita or something by the pool. Margaritas are so good. We went to a Mexican place a while ago. Actually, the Mexican place that I want to take my girlfriend again, once I have 100 subscribers, is where we went before I started the channel. So it's sort of the beginning, and it will be not the end, but the next milestone. And they had, their margaritas were phenomenal. Now, I don't normally drink margaritas, but I figured we're at a Mexican place, so let's get margaritas. And man, they were top notch. My girlfriend doesn't really like to drink, period. and she had one of them and she loved it. So that makes me really happy, because you know, it's good when you have something that you like to drink that you can go somewhere and say, yeah, I want one of these. Because when you have to go and think about it, it's just kind of a mission and kind of boring just to sit and think about it. But I don't know, to each their own. So let's talk a little bit about where we are right now. We're at 15 minutes and 20 seconds. So we're about 3/4 of the way here of our 20-minute walk. I have walked more briskly today, and it's warmer, so I have a good sweat going. Hope that everyone is too. I see some people walking, you know, around today. It's good to see some faces. It's a good time to walk. So I encourage you, if you're listening to this video, go out there, get your walk in. It's just a 20-minute walk today, nothing crazy. We're gonna do 2 30-minute walks and another 40-minute walk. And if you watch my Saturday walk 2 days ago, you'll know that this upcoming Saturday we'll have another special treat for you all, where we'll do something different. It's good for me, it's good for the viewers, you know, not to keep things so stagnant. At the end of the day, it's a walking routine, and we're just out here to achieve our fitness goals. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't know the times after this week, but man, we're not necessarily at the halfway point yet, but it's so exciting again to just know that we're doing this. You know, I used to walk very seldomly, you know, and again, if I tried to run, it just wouldn't go that well. And you know, I always tried to emulate my mom. She had that strict walking routine, and she's fit for her age. You know, she's doing great. So now that I'm also doing it, I want to encourage you all that it gets better and it gets easier. And once you get into that habit, your life changes. So again, if this is your first time watching, I encourage you to start from the beginning. The videos are always going to be there. They're going to be there for you to watch. Remember, the time of the video goes for as long as the walk, which is cool, because now, especially with introducing these new times, I understand that 28 and 38 minutes maybe kind of odd times, but now that we're getting into the 20s and the 30s, think about it. You have a 15-minute walk you can watch, a 20-minute, I believe there's 25-minute, now there's going to be a 30-minute, so a very granular sort of timestamps. You can tell yourself, you know, I'm feeling a 30-minute walk today, I'm feeling a 40-minute walk today, I'm feeling a 15-minute walk today. Just depends how you're feeling. The most important thing is that you're consistent. If you're consistent, you'll see the results, you'll get better, and then you can increase the intensity. Again, going back to that fit formula we had talked about last week. I think we got a car coming, maybe not. That was interesting. So December here in Florida, it's hot. It's one of those times, you know, only in Florida can you go to the beach during Christmas. We were looking at temperatures in Michigan last week. I think they were like in the 20s, and like, that's just insane. It makes you really realize why people want to come to South Florida, you know, because it's just, the weather here is phenomenal. And even today on a hot day, man, it feels like just like a summer. Like, look at the sky. I'm sure you all can see the sky. It's blue, not a cloud in the sky. Well, there's one over there, but it's so small it shouldn't even be considered a cloud. But I think that's something so cool about Florida. You don't get that everywhere. And it's just funny to see like the Christmas decorations and stuff, because you know it's so hot. Like Christmas, it really does feel more like Christmas when it's cold than when it's hot. But I guess that's just how Floridians are accustomed to doing it. Something I'm also really excited for is eggnog. Picked up a half a gallon or a quarter of a gallon, probably a better name for that, I just don't know right now. A pint or a quart, you know, I forgot the formula. But we got let's say a quarter of a gallon of eggnog, and that tastes like Christmas. I mean, that is Christmas. I introduced that to Paola, which was really cool. Kind of cool to introduce them to these things that you take for granted. That was awesome. And we also got some hot cocoa. So little things like that that you can sprinkle in to make even a place like Florida have that Christmas vibe. All right, well, thank you all for listening today. Remember, this is our 3rd week of this warm-up series as part of Task With Me, where we challenge you all to get out there and do something different and break up the rut for the day. Again, if this is your first time watching, remember to hit that subscribe button, ring the alert notification bell, and like this video. It helps me out a lot, and hopefully it will help out my viewers, because I can put out more content. I can challenge you all to achieve your fitness goals or any tasks that we put our minds to. Looking forward to talking with you all in these upcoming days. Stay fit, stay healthy. See you all next time.